I'm being honest, I was expecting a little more. What's good, everybody? RJ here from the Silver Site, and today I'm going to be reviewing Hulu's horror anthology movie, Books of Blood. Before I begin, I want to thank everybody for watching. If you're not already subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and tap that notification bell. That way you stay up to date on all of our latest videos. We're almost at the 200 subscriber mark, and we would love to have you be part of the Silver Site family. You know what? I don't have the energy to be on camera for this one, so you're getting the voiceover. All right, that's a lot better. I really didn't feel like being on camera today. I tried, but it ain't in me, so y'all gonna get a voiceover, and we're gonna move on. All right, but let's talk about Books of Blood. It's Halloween, right? Is it not Halloween? I don't know if there's an emergence or of a new genre or subset of horror, but I don't know what people are doing lately, but I just don't really care for this type of horror, especially not when it's marketed as a horror movie. I feel like these movies and television shows that do this kind of storytelling need to stop marketing these things as horror, and kind of move into a more thriller, suspenseful storytelling, marketing or trailers for that matter, because this is a horror film was supposed to be scary. And for me, I wasn't scared watching this movie. Not even the jump scares, in my opinion, were all that scary. And I feel like that I went into it with the expectation of being scared, and I wasn't, and it just overall ended up leading to me being, kind of let down. I will say that the twists and turns that the stories took were interesting. The way they linked everything together was unique, and everything for that part was well done, for the most part. But as a film that was released in October and marketed as something that was supposed to be terrifying, I don't know, man. I wasn't. I can't lie. I think everybody did well. Performance-wise, the acting was great. I think it was well shot. But when you look at Books of Blood for what it's supposed to be, which is a horror film, I have to say that it was alright. It wasn't terrible, but it was just alright. The story had its creepy moments, but I didn't find myself on the edge of my seat like I was expecting to be from the trailer. Now, if the movie was marketed more as like a creepy, Are You Afraid of the Dark, Midnight Society, storytelling thing, I probably would have gone with different expectations. But overall, I just feel kind of neutral on whether or not I should recommend people watch this movie. On one hand, the story is really interesting, and I would love for them to dig deeper into this world that they built if it does get a sequel. But like I said, it's Halloween and people are looking to be frightened. And for me, it just didn't do it, man. If you're the type of person that want to see a decent story unfold, if you're looking, for that kind of thing, it's a great movie for you. However, if you're looking to be scared, this ain't it, Chief. It's not. So I want to just briefly get into the stories. I'll touch on them. I don't want to give anything away. But I just wanted to talk about the stories individually and collectively, how that works as both a strength and a weakness for me for this film. From an individual standpoint, I think the stories were kind of weak. I think the strength in this film lies in the ending, when we find out the tales are connected, and that is what makes everything overall spooky as a whole. I didn't really find anything that occurred during these stories individually to be terrifying, but when we get to the reveal of the Book of Bloods and we learn how things are all tied in and how they're connected, that's kind of when I, went like, oh shit. And, by then the movie was over, sort of. So for me, I'm hoping that we get a sequel to Book of Blood, so that way we can dive deeper into the story as a whole, because the one part that made me sit up and go, wow, turned out to be the only thing I found exciting about this movie. And as I stated before, this is October, it's Halloween. I feel like you shouldn't make anything that's not going to make people terrified. And so for me, I can't in good faith recommend you watch this movie, because for me, I've only found one part of it exciting. And when you're watching a horror movie in October, I feel like you should find more than one thing appealing or exciting about a movie. So if I was you, I wouldn't waste my time. Like, don't get me wrong, it's not bad, but I felt this movie was not a waste of time, but I felt this movie could have been a lot better. Alright, so those are my thoughts on Books of Blood, which is now streaming on Hulu. Don't forget to subscribe, as well as hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on any of our latest videos. My name is RJ from the Silver Site. Later days.